So we're back here in Island Park for another site visit. We have a whole bunch going on. There's a lot of chaos going on behind me here. I want to take you through, show you the stuff we've been up to, and some of the details we've added in this particular project just to help improve quality of life and quality of the home for the clients. So come on inside, let's take a look. So you join me now in the dining room, formal living room area. We have all our structural steel put in. This was all signed off by the engineer last week. One of the challenges we faced is we actually found a double layer of drywall, which we were not anticipating. Part of our design process, we measure all the exterior walls and try to anticipate their makeup and build type without actually punching a bunch of holes. We assumed that these were true 2x4s on the exterior wall. Now they're not, they're actually 3.5 inch, not 4 inch, and there's an extra 1/2 inch of drywall. We were forced to make a slight design change in that the fireplace on this side is actually protruding in where we were planning to put the post. So we had to shift this post over and do a cantilever on the beam. I'll show you that in a second upstairs. What that's resulted in is a larger HSS, and then we thought we had a cavity and we didn't. So the bottom line is this is now flush with the outside wall. So one of the challenges we're facing is we can't really recreate the existing plaster. In order to get these posts in, we had to take this, punch a couple holes, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. We now are in a situation where we're gonna take this plaster crown down all the way around and replace it with a wood crown. And then we're gonna put in a fresh layer of drywall over top of this. We still have to insulate and close this up. One of these unexpected things where we thought we had this covered, we thought we had anticipated it, but site conditions were a little bit different. It's just one of those unforeseen circumstances that you can't really avoid. And in projects like this, you just gotta be ready to adapt. So like I said, this is our structural steel holding it up, and let's go upstairs, I'll show you the rest of it. So drywall's already done, but you can see the beam is being carried up here through the air return. There is another beam down here, 2 posts that follow up, a beam across here, and a post up here. We've made so much progress in the last couple of weeks. Last time we were here, all the temporary posts were in place, all the structural steel's in place. We have all our spray foam in place, and we've already drywalled yesterday. Mudders and tapers are here. We're getting smoked through this. So we started to wrap everything up. Our closets are all drywalled. We finished up our plumbing. One of the last things we had to do was just foam underneath the tub there. So that's why that's getting closed up. But let me take you around, show you a bit more. Nice big rooms now. You can really see the ceiling height. Everything's worked out great. But let's take a look at the tile and some of the details we're working on as well with that. So you join me in the shower. This is an exterior wall. You can see we've got our spray foam in here. All our shower valves are installed. Proud of the spray foam to make sure that they get all the insulation value. It's an important detail. You don't want to bury this stuff in the wall and only have R10 or 15 in there. Another detail we like to do is sound insulation between the bedroom and the shower. We've done it in the entire wall, wrapped it all the way around between both bathrooms as well, just so if you flick on the shower first thing in the morning, you have the door closed, you don't hear the sound of rain or water coming through the walls. All of our showers, we either do Schluter or Weddy. We have a pre-made shower pan we're installing here, just basically a kit. You should really check out their website if you're interested in doing this stuff. It's pretty DIY friendly, as long as you have the other tools, which involve a lot of work with the tile. But we're gonna be waterproofing the entire shower area with Curdy board, pre-made slopes, and then we do all our install for that. There's actually a curb on this one. We're a big fan of curbless showers. We find them quite nice to be able to walk in and out. Client insisted on a curb, so they're getting a curb. And so that's gonna be installed here. Relatively straightforward tile process. I can speak a little bit more on that in a later video. We have all our mold resistant drywall on the walls as well too. Just another little detail. We never wanna have a situation where the drywall is the first thing that fails in a bathroom. So always do mold resistant drywall in wet areas. Let me take you over to the other side, show you a bit more. We're in the other bathroom now, just on the other side of this wall is the shower. So again, a lot of the same details. Done our soundproofing over here. Shower install's all done. Building a niche always takes a lot of forethought in my opinion. You can buy the pre-made kits, but we tend to stay to a more custom size. They fit the area better. As a DIY option, those pre-made kits are great, but for us, we want to include the framing. One of the small details is knowing what size your tile is before you actually frame, so that these will actually fit a tile perfectly. If you're gonna make a change to your tile or you know your exact tile size, plan that out ahead of time so that when you're doing your framing, you can actually figure out the exact size, account for the thickness of the Curdy board, which is 1/2 inch on both sides, and then you're able to kind of set everything up perfectly. We've also ordered some pre-made sills, which are just remnant pieces of countertops that we can purchase from one of our suppliers and install those in here as well. Just adds another little touch, a little bit more professionalism to a lot of projects. So if you're thinking about doing that, consider planning it all out in advance before you start framing, and don't try to just jam a pre-made kit in after the fact, after drywall or whatever you're putting inside your shower. I want to take you outside too and show you some of the siding we've started on. Let's go take a look at that. So just before we get up on the pump jack there, we just picked this up last week. Alex from Innovatools really helped us out and got this pretty quick. We have a brand new brake on site, 24 inches deep, so we can pretty much bend any flashing I can think of. Really handy. I'm gonna link Alex's company in the description here, and you can really see it's just a quality piece of equipment. We've only been using it a few days, but we're really happy with it. So thanks, Alex, for coming through on that. Let me take you up on the ladder and show you some more stuff, and we're doing it for the siding. We are outside. TJ's working on the siding out here. Some of the details we've been working on are the exterior trims. We had Kyle from Hardy come by last week, give us a rundown on some specific details, and he actually provided an installation manual that was site specific to our project and provide a lot of the details we were missing, which was fantastic. Thank you, Kyle, for coming out. We always want to make sure that there's a drip edge over top of any windows, and these go right back to the strap, behind the strapping, so that they catch any water that comes down the Siga and kicks it out. We don't want it getting trapped inside the door. So that'll be the first place that it rots. So we got our kick out flashing here. We got our trims above. You can see the nails here. These are all going to be covered by battens. This is a board and batten system. There is a way to do this where you just put the panels up and they've got hidden fasteners, and it's not really the look we're going for on this project. So we've been doing all this. You can see the ends have all been touched up with touch-up paint, and you really can't tell. Part of the process of all this is cleaning as we go, so we're going to be doing that as well. But this is well underway now. We're on our 3/4 strapping on the outside, our Siga behind it. Everything's been taped and sealed, so we have our water screen there, and then we have our weather protection out here. It's really a twofer. One of the ways we have to kind of mitigate the fact that this is a 20-foot wall and we don't really have a break in it is we're going to be putting a darker trim to match this. I believe it's called Rich Espresso. So it's going to be going across here and cover up that lap joint, which is why you see this here. So there'll be a kick out flashing again underneath that to make sure no water gets behind. And then we continue all the way up to the top of the wall with another row of battens vertically. So that's how you install that. I'm sure you'll see some of the final product in the video. TJ's working away with the 16 gauge nailer there, just punching these in. We'll do touch-ups on all the holes we're protruding in, and that's pretty much it. So pretty excited to have our new pump jack scaffolding on site. It's making work a lot easier. But that's what's going on here. So by the time you join me next, we're gonna have paint on the walls. We're gonna be installing hardwood flooring, vanities, custom closet. We're really gonna start wrapping this project up. We got 6 weeks left on the schedule, so we're really coming towards the end. So until then, see you next time.